Hey Sunnies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bree Outlaw and I'm a mental health advocate. Now on my channel I cover mental health topics from news, tips, and I'm just going to be covering lifestyle videos as well to keep it fun. In this video I'm going to be talking about former NBA player Delonte West. Now Delonte has been in the news and on social media all because he has been homeless and he is suffering from a mental illness. Now I wanted to get on here today and talk about the severity of this and to just bring awareness and to educate and to bring a place where people can connect, and you can even drop in the comments if this is something that you suffer from. You can help us to know more about what it is that you actually go through so that we can be more compassionate as a community and more understanding as a community when things like this come up. So like I said, Twitter and social media and the news outlets have been going crazy about West's recent videos that have been surfacing the internet. In the first video, you can see him being kicked in the head so brutally and violently by some man. He's in the middle of the street and he's literally just bashing his head into the ground. And I was kind of like, how do we know that that's really him? But then in the next couple videos, you see that an officer has arrived at the scene and West is in handcuffs and the officer is questioning him, and he kind of seems disoriented, like he doesn't really know exactly what's going on. He might be in a state of psychosis at this point. I'm not really sure, but he's mumbling and you can't understand him. And that might also be substance abuse. So the officer who did record this was not using his body cam as the footage. It was actually his cell phone. So he was suspended and he was immediately put under investigation for making this situation public when it really should have been a private matter. So I'm not a fan of reposting videos or showing people's worst moments in life. So I'm not going to be showing that here, but you can just Google it, or you probably have already seen it, and tell me what you think if you have. And yeah, so you can Google it and it'll come up, you'll find it, and it will give you the videos that I'm talking about. I believe that there's 3 videos, and then there's a few pictures of people who have seen him homeless just walking around. Even one video or one picture, someone had commented and said that they asked if it was Delonte West and he said, nah, that's not me anymore. So he's clearly in a state of being disconnected from self, and that can be very unhealthy as well. Aaron Goodwin is West's former agent, and he did confirm to TMZ that the individual in those videos are indeed West himself. So even though I had my suspicions, it turned out that that was West, and even in the other videos you can see that he has blood on his face, so he definitely got into an altercation. So now this is where I like to get into, because there have been a mixed response to the surfacing of Delonte's homelessness and his mental illness. He also said that many of people have tried to reach out to West in efforts to help him, but he said that if he doesn't want the help, then no one around him can truly help him. Which is true with any case in mental health. You have to help yourself first, and then allow other people around you to support you and walk through the process with you, but no one can do the work for you. However, there have been contradicting stories that say that the NBA is not doing enough to help their players when it comes to their mental health. Other individuals like West's former teammates and people who are advocating for him have also spoken out about the issue. West was first diagnosed with bipolar in 2008 after he went off on a referee, and since then this has been something that he has struggled with. West last played for the NBA in 2011 and 2012 for the Dallas Mavericks as a response to what is going on in our society. That doesn't make sense. Now, there has been a mixed response as to what we're seeing on social media from all of this surfacing about his homelessness and his mental illnesses. So Nope, this one had mental illness. So there has been a mixed response from everyone regarding his situation. Ever since these videos and these pictures have been surfacing and resurfacing, and everyone's kind of digging into his past and realizing the history of it, some people are tweeting about it and just posting about it in general and mocking it or making jokes about his mental illness, while others are taking to social media and to their platforms to talk about the severity of mental illnesses and the importance in seeking out professional help. And one of them is his former teammate. Needless to say, bipolar is a serious condition and it requires help from a mental health professional and medication to balance out the highs and the lows. So now we're going to get into some symptoms of mania and symptoms of depression, which are the two polar opposites that bipolar usually has. Now, I don't know much about bipolar, but I have studied a little bit about it, and I'm going to cover what I have learned, and I want to give you guys symptoms so that you guys can know what to look for in your loved ones, or just to be more educated so that you can kind of speak on things when you see stuff like this surfacing. So the 4 symptoms that I have listed of mania are racing thoughts, extreme polar opposites of personality changes, excitability, and recklessness. So all 4 of those things are symptoms that come with someone who is manic. When they're in a manic state, they are usually not in connection with reality, and they are doing things to an extreme. They're overly happy, they're overly zealous, everything is great. Sometimes they're overly confident in themselves, and this is just a little bit of ways that it can show up. Now, the depression looks a little bit different. So the symptoms of the depressed side of bipolar is irritability or depression, psychotic episodes, which again is a break from reality, but this is when they are completely shut off to the world and they might see things, they might hear voices. It can be very, very scary because they can completely feel like they are in a completely different world. They also feel an immense weight of guilt, and they can feel very fatigued and tired and just kind of like they don't want to move, like, or they can't physically move, and mentally they cannot work and get up and do the things that they would like to do. So I just wanted to share these things with you guys so that you would know different symptoms and just a little bit of bipolar. Again, this is a small glimpse into the world of how bipolar works and how it affects people, but I figured that we can start somewhere in learning this and just spreading the awareness so that we can take this seriously. And like Royce White said, it shouldn't be something that we only talk about when it's with celebrities. It should be something that we're talking about on a daily. So if you want to know more about bipolar, go ahead and educate yourselves. I will drop some links below where you can find out more about the symptoms, and you can educate yourself and be equipped with knowledge so that when things like this come up, you can start to check people, because that's how we're going to evolve as a community, and we'll be able to stand up for others or refer them out to people who can help them. So thank you for watching. It was a quick video, but I wanted to bring this news to you guys. Keep Delonte West in your prayers, please. And go ahead and like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Y'all have a good one. Bye.